All right, so let's look at how to actually convert. All right, now, luckily in fifth grade, when we're doing conversions of measurements, we don't have to change systems. So you're either converting the customary system that we're used to another unit in the customary system, or you're converting the metric system to another unit in the metric system. We don't have to convert between customary and metric, okay? That's for later on in your life. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a couple of the customary units first. So the first one we're going to take a look at is converting between feet and inches. Now, first thing you need to do is you need to know a relative idea between the two sizes. So you have one of two options. One, you can refer back in your brain and think back to second and third grade when you really started to learn about inches and feet, and you can remember which one is larger. You know that a foot is larger than an inch. The other thing that you could do is all the problems that we take a look at, they're always going to give you the basic conversion between them. So they're always going to tell you, all right, 1 foot equals 12 inches. Now, granted, you should just know that by this point in your life, but if you don't, that's okay. So when we look at this, if you didn't know which one of these was larger, yikes, okay? But if you didn't know which one of these is larger, you can stop and think. I need 1 foot to equal the same size as 12 inches, or I need 12 of these inches to make just 1 foot. So clearly, the inches is smaller. I need 12 of them to go the same distance that 1 foot goes in. Now, the reason we want to know that is the same thing that I talked about on our video before this, the compensatory principle, okay? When I'm going to convert, I should have a rough idea before I get started. I should know, hey, is this going to get larger or smaller? And the way I should know that is by thinking about, well, what's happening with my units? So let's say, for example, that I'm changing 4 feet. And I want to know, hey, 4 feet is approximately, or exactly really, how many inches? Okay? That's a standard problem, something that you might have to figure out in the real life. 4 feet is equal to how many inches? Now, the first thing we start with, knowing that if I was going a distance of 4 feet, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd like to think you know that's not drawn to scale. Okay? So if I go 4 feet like that, and I know that in every one of these feet, there's 12 inches. That is a lot. I should know right away that I'm using a very small unit when I use inches. So I should need a lot more of them, okay? A big unit needs a small number to go the distance. A small unit needs a large number to go the distance. So I could look at it a lot of ways. I could do some repeated addition and just go, all right, each one of these is 12 and I'm doing it 4 times. Or some of you already made that connection between repeated addition and I'm doing it over and over again. If I'm doing 4 12 times instead of adding it, I can just do 4 times 12, which we should know is 48. So 4 feet is the same thing as 48 inches. All right, poof, it's gone. All right, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to convert the 4 feet into inches, but we're going to take a look at another way. Drawing it out and thinking about that can be a long, time-consuming process. One of the things we could start thinking about is we could think of these as the function boxes or the in and out tables or however you want to refer to them. So I know when I'm looking at converting units, okay, here's my in, here's my out, 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. Now I could work my way down. I could go, okay, then 2 feet is 24 inches. And I could work my way down, but we know that if 1 foot is equal to 12 inches and 2 feet is equal to 24 inches, that the rule for this in and out function box that we're looking at is to multiply by 12. So if I skip down to 4 feet, that's how I know, all right, 4 feet times 12 is 48 inches. Now you might look at that and say, well, what difference does it make? I could have done it the other way and drawn out the picture. That's true. You could also say, but I can do the repeated addition. Also true. But what if you don't want to do 4 feet? What if you wanted to do something like 108 feet? Okay, so if you're doing 108 feet, I wouldn't recommend drawing that all the way down.